Okay, so here's the H2D printer, printing the first print. Hopefully I have the PTFE tube inserted snugly, because that was kind of funny. It was coming out the back before. We shall see. So, is it gonna do the bed leveling stuff again? Oh my God. So this is a pretty neat printer. It has a large enough footprint where I can do 12 by 12 inch cube cases. So once I get this Benchy tested, I'm gonna have some fun stuff coming up, guys. This is gonna be a game changer for the black hole and next as far as third-party products. And wow, I can hardly hear that. It's nice and quiet. As you can see, it looks like it's working. I'm told instead of doing a bunch of these little lines, it just does one of them. It's got a more efficient method of cleaning off the filament that gets stuck. And it's extremely fast as far as the flow rate. So we're talking about a 30 to 50% faster print. And we'll see about the quality. It looks like it picked marble to do a Benchy, which ought to be interesting to see the quality of it. I've been watching a few of the other creators' online tests with this, and I am so looking forward to it. I've got to get a cold plate. I've ordered a plate that'll give it a smooth texture, so I should be able to create the identical surface that the original cubes had, which is nice, a nice clean flat black. And another thing, a lot of cubes that I have are missing the backs, as well as customers, and I'll have a way to 3D print those backs. I've got the high-end 3D scanner, and we also have some really high-quality 3D modeling files already as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how I can emboss them. This printer also has a laser printer etcher drawing tool, so it's like a 4-in-1. And I went ahead and just ordered the 3D print model, not realizing they would have that laser model so soon. I already have a 4-in-1 crafts printer upstairs, and I wish I would have known that Bambu was going to come out with this feature. I had no idea, the H2D, or I would have waited in just a couple months and ordered 2 of these probably. But at any rate, I'm excited that it's here. The setup was fairly easy. Once you got a handle on the packaging, it went well. As usual, a great design on the packaging. And I could have probably done it, earlier in the week if I'd have retrieved the manual either online or out of the box, not realizing that they had made it so easy to just pop tabs at the corner of the box, and then the whole box lifted straight up. I really like that design, and I wish I could implement that when I'm shipping heavy monitors. Man, it would be so much easier for the customers and me packing and sending them, and a lot more secure. But at any rate, this Benchy, it is just flying here. I mean, usually this takes, 20-some minutes, and we're already, it says 14 minutes left. I am not going to film the whole 14 minutes, as I need to go to bed. It's late as usual. But this is making me feel great about Monday, and I am going to start putting this thing into use, and we're going to have lots of fun stuff coming down the pike. There's been a dramatic improvement with dual extruders, and I'm going to have to take a gander at how exactly this works, but it seems like it can print 2 different materials at the same time. from what I'm seeing online. They fixed a lot of the issues I was having with the X1C carbon, and there's a lot of preventative measures that go into preventing clogs. This will also handle exotic filaments materials, even metal, nylons, that require higher temperatures because this whole bed area heats up and maintains a constant temperature. It has venting as well. Kind of reminds me of the old Porsches where the fin lifts up this whale tail, and to release air with certain like PLAs, and then with higher temperature filaments like ABS or TPU, where you need to have everything enclosed. It closes off that vents and will actually heat up the whole bed, and it'll handle I believe up to 350 C. I'm going to be interested to try it with some. There's like some carbon filaments as well as some metal infused filaments, and so we'll see if we can are capable of producing a magnesium cube to scale, which could get really, really, really interesting, because it would afford me the ability to do, say, a custom interior and keep the integrity of the original setup, but maybe set up as a dual system with perhaps a modern Mac Mini or the Power Mac version, because the Mini's footprint would fit within the shell. So that would be kind of fun, and then design a custom backplane so you have all your plugins back there, and then maybe a cooling fan. But with the new M4 processors that Apple's putting out, I believe they run fairly cool because they're RISC-based and not CISC-based. And then, of course, you got Flash. So that would be kind of fun, because it would be like, I dropped a Hemi in it, and with Previous, I should be able to run Next Step. So you'd actually be running Mac OS as the main OS, and then you'd have Previous with Next Step running all the next 68K apps. And I can even set it up with, say, a dimension board. I think there's going to be room to have a dimension board and an original 68K board maybe on one side. So many ideas going through my head right now. But this is such a game changer, just to be able to do even higher quality components and having dual color capabilities rather than having to switch out heads. That was one of the things that would take so much time when you're switching filaments. So this one, by the ability to have two filaments, in place at all times, and it would be able to calculate the whole drawing so it knows when to get things on deck. A lot of this stuff is software driven, and Bambu Labs developers are very receptive to making the changes. There's also going to be, and I'm looking forward to it, it's like a filament humidifier or dehumidifier, as well as, temperature spool that I'll add to this one. I will be adding in the laser feature. It is available as an add-on. One of the drawbacks I've heard of the laser model is that you have to have tinted green glass for eye safety because of the laser, and it makes it difficult to see your 3D prints. But I don't know if the guy was then taking into account that you have the cameras, because you should be able to see them easy with using the cameras on your PC or Mac. So, but he's a well liked, and I like him, sponsored YouTube creator, and so he gave me some really good ideas about improving my videos, because as you guys know, I just kind of point and shoot a lot of times. I'm investing in the software, and as I'm getting caught up It affords me more time to be able to improve the quality of my presentations, and I can always go back and do it at a later point in time. The reason I just do it this way is I at any given time have 9 or 10 projects going usually. And then on top of that, I've got a bunch of smalls, I call them smaller orders, through my eBay store, as well as the Black Hole website. And I'm taking an online AI course, so I'm learning all the different AI packages out there. And one of the goals I have is to be able to, now I know how to prompt ChatGPT correctly, and the responses that I'm getting, or the difference is night and day. So I've heard it is possible if you prompt, these chat programs and AI programs correctly, they will produce a turnkey website for you. That includes, uploading it, maintaining it, putting in all the SEO tags, setting up the shopping cart software, setting up all your products, and integrating it with QuickBooks and ShipStation. I'll believe it when it happens, but from what I've seen of AI, I wouldn't put it past it at all. It is so fast and has already helped me tremendously in so many situations, cut down time on troubleshooting. And I've been doing this type of stuff for over 30 years. So just seeing this new technology, I'm all in, especially this 3D printing technology. I mean, kudos to Bambu Lab. I think they are far and away still the leader, in my opinion. And listen to how quiet this printer is. That was one thing a couple of the other creators had mentioned, is that some of the Prusas you could hear from clear across the house with doors closed and such. And I really like that the my A1Cs also go through and do kind of a noise suppression tuning and calibrating. But they've taken this to a whole new level. And I guess that's the way, because of the way they've designed the stand down here to minimize vibration. I really like the way that they've lit it up as well. There are 4 different cameras in here. So that's going to be fun doing, because it automatically does a time lapse on the replays. And to diagnose, one of the creators said he has not had a bad print yet. And some of the prints that he was doing were literally running 2 days. And the only problems he was having was because some of the filament he has been sitting around for, a bit. And so it dries out, gets brittle, and cracks. And that was one of the things he addressed to Bambu. He was like, well, is there a way that we can, because you're running 2 filaments, get it to compensate for that? So, in other words, if something cracks within the line, I'm sure that they will be able to figure out a way to extrude it. I also like within the AMS, before you had to take the unit completely apart, if there was a filament break in the unit itself, and I had that happen for the first time the other day, and was not sure what to do, but just watching these different creators, you guys are helping me out quite a bit, because I'm still a relative newbie. Although I've been in the tech industry for decades and always on the cutting edge of things, I really like being an early adopter and promoting it. And I've worked with a ton of software developers, and often they don't want to be sales guys for Next, specifically Next Step and OpenStep, and even at Apple. And I never thought this would be a 30-year career, but it's just turned in that way. And so having the ability to 3D print these parts, man, oh man, if only I would have had this 20-some years ago, I'd have really been rocking and rolling. Because I think of how many times I've purchased, say, mounting brackets, and I think I could actually make higher quality shrouds. And I've proved it. I've had several people. I said, okay, which one would you choose, putting my shrouds up against the factory ones? And consistently they're saying, oh yeah, yours are much higher quality. And I can understand why. With the factory, they're going to do a volume approach and they're going to want to maximize the profits. And so as long as it's functional, they could use, maybe even a lower quality filament, cut some corners on design and make it really lightweight. I understand where they're coming from. But for me, I know my customers are top shelf. So I don't mind doing extra for them and making sure things, are a little bit more fine-tuned. And I may take a little bit, or should I say a lot longer than most people would, tuning up the retro hardware. Once the customers have the systems in hand, they are psyched. And, if they have any questions, I'm more than happy to help them troubleshoot, get to the root of the problem, and I still stand by what I do. And you don't get that a lot on eBay, especially with used hardware and software these days. I'm able to do that because I've bought had donated or traded for a lot of Next equipment over the years in anticipation that these would keep going. I just didn't realize I would still be doing this 32 years later. It's pretty amazing. And a lot of my customers actually worked at Next, which is kind of fun. Look at how fast that was. Are you kidding me? Oh, man. And we'll bring it out here just to take a gander. Wow. So that was in less than 16 minutes. And the fastest I've ever achieved on a A1C carbon is about 26. So you can imagine on some of these larger prints. Plus, it's also doing this. I like that it makes those noises to let you know things are ready. And it's also contacting me here on my phone. So we'll break it loose from this texture plate. Normally I'd let it cool down a little more and we'll see how clean it looks. So not only is it fast, this is marble. So it's not going to have the higher detail of the silks or, the ABS but still, that's pretty darn good. Man, look at that. So we're even getting detail back here. So I can hardly wait to run like a silk filament on it or translucent or dual color as well. In fact, I'm going to throw, a 4 or 5 color print at it and see what she'll do. But for tonight, I'm going to go to bed because it's almost 4 in the morning again. But I am just happy that I have my H2D printer unpacked, operational on the network, and rocking and rolling. So you all have a good evening. Stay tuned. More fun stuff to come from the black hole. Peace. Rob, I'll show my ugly mug here briefly. I hope you guys don't mind my style.